Hello everyone, this is Dr. Manjusha, Assistant Professor from the Department of Anesthesia, SSIMS RC. Today we are going to demonstrate how to give spinal anesthesia on a mannequin. Now, by the end of this session, students will get to know the landmarks for giving spinal anesthesia, indications and contraindications, and how to give safe spinal anesthesia. Let me ask few questions. What is spinal anesthesia?
Spinal anesthesia is a neuraxial block given in a small amount in the subarachnoid space to block the somatic, sensory, autonomic, and motor functions.
What are indications for spinal anesthesia?
Ma'am, any surgeries that are done below the umbilicus, LSCS and urology surgeries are usually done under spinal anesthesia.
What are contraindications for spinal anesthesia?
There are several contraindications. Some of the major are like if the patient refuses for the procedure, if there's any coagulopathy, if there's any infection at the site where the procedure is being done, and lastly, if there's increased intracranial pressure.
Why you are not supposed to give spinal anesthesia in raised ICP patients?
It may lead to brain herniation. That's why we don't give it.
Okay. At what level spinal cord ends in children and in adults?
Ma'am, in adults it ends in the lower border of L1 and upper border of L2, and in children it ends at the level of L3.
So we ideally prefer to give spinal anesthesia below the level of L2, L3, L4 or L4, L5 spaces. So now I will demonstrate how to identify the spaces and by using the landmark technique. Now let me demonstrate how to identify the bones and the spaces by using landmark technique. First, you have to palpate the highest point of iliac crest and you have to make the center. The line intersecting between these 2 points, one the spine, midline and the 2 points of 2 lines between the highest point of iliac crest, it corresponding space is L4, L5 space. And the bone, if you felt the bone, that is L4 bone. So by palpating that, you have to confirm the space and then you have to introduce the needle. Okay. While introducing the needle, you will be encountered with these layers. First, you have to pierce the skin. After that, subcutaneous tissue. After that, supraspinous ligament. After that, interspinous ligament. After that, ligamentum flavum, dura, and subarachnoid space. Once you felt, while piercing the ligamentum flavum, you feel some pop sensation. So you have to confirm that I pierced the ligamentum flavum, then I am going forward to dura. Once you pierce the dura, you have to stop. And then you have to remove the stellate to check whether CSF is coming, backflow is there or not. Okay, once you have seen that CSF is flowing backward and it's confirmed, you have to inject the drug. After giving spinal anesthesia, you have to monitor for any, as you know, that spinal anesthesia will cause blockade of autonomic, sensory and motor. Autonomic system, there will be decrease in heart rate, hypotension. If any complications are there, after giving spinal anesthesia, if there may be chances of high spinal or total spinal. If patient is complaining of any breathing difficulty, you have to manage the airway either by intubating or by supplementing oxygen or by doing bag and mask. Okay, let me show you how to identify the landmarks for giving spinal anesthesia. First, you have to identify the space. First, you have to palpate the highest point of iliac crest and the center will be the spine. The midpoint between these 2 lines, the center point will be if you palpate any bone, that is L4 bone. If you palpated the space, that is L4, L5 space. Once you identified the space, you have to secure that space. You have to point the thumb in that space and then you have to introduce the needle. While introducing the needle, what are the layers it will come in between is, first skin you have to pierce, after that subcutaneous tissue, after that supraspinous ligament, after that interspinous ligament, then ligamentum flavum and then dura. Once you pierce the dura, you have to stop and then you have to remove the stellate and you have to check for CSF backflow. If it is coming, you are in correct position and then you have to inject the local anesthetics. After confirming the CSF flow, you have to connect the syringe, you have to lock it, then you have to withdraw, then you have to inject the drug. Once it gets over, then you have to pull, you have to make the patient supine and you check for the vitals. After giving spinal, ideally there will be hypotension, bradycardia, and in some patients because of high spinal effects and all, there will be chances of difficulty in breathing. In all those patients who are complaining of difficulty in breathing and all, you have to either supplement oxygen, or if it is severe, then either you have to intubate. Okay, if any hypotension is there, either you have to supplement the fluids or you have to give vasopressors. Mostly we will be using ephedrine or mefentremine. If patient is having bradycardia and all, we have to give atropine. Okay. Now, to any two of you can demonstrate on this simulation.
Yes, ma'am. I can feel the ASS, ma'am, and this is the intersecting line, and I can feel the space.
Now that space corresponds to what level?
L3 and L4, ma'am.
L4, L5.
L4. Yeah, this correspond to L4 and L5. I can feel the space. I'm introducing the needle.
Okay.
I can feel loss of resistance.
Okay.
I'm withdrawing the stillate. There's a flow of CSF coming out.
Okay. That confirms you are in space,
Yes,
subarachnoid space.
I lock the syringe.
Okay.
I'll aspirate a bit. Now I'm introducing the drug. As drug is introduced, I'm taking out the syringe and the needle.
Nice.
Thank
Next.
you.
Lock it. It's okay, lock. And you have to give the drug. It's okay. Don't pull. Remove. Next. What will happen to heart rate? What happens to blood pressure?
Bradycardia, hypotension.
Okay. Then how will you treat the hypotension?
Giving fluid.
Or giving fluids or giving vasopressors. Okay. Ideally, we'll be using mefentremine or ephedrine. If any patient is having bradycardia, what drug you will be used? Atropine. And if patient is complaining of any tingling around the oral cavity and difficulties in breathing, what you are suspecting? High spinal. High spinal or total spinal, you have to manage the airway. Okay. You think spinal anesthesia will be easy, but don't take it casually. Until you managed it systematically, you can treat the patient all the complications, then it will be safe.